What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is Sunday, September 22, 2024. It is 2:20 p.m. and we're closed for the day. What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing? Today was a very busy day, but more importantly, very profitable day. That's the most important thing in the tire shop business, in my opinion. From there, everything else just trickles down. But it's just a very, very good Sunday. And my crew was very strong today, and they made things very smooth. There was no hiccups today. Everything just ran smoothly, and it was a very productive day. So cash flow is not a problem for the tire shop business. For the majority, for the most part, if you do things right, if you set everything up right, your expenses could be pretty low compared to other businesses. You know, the equipment is very inexpensive compared to other businesses. And you don't need a ton of employees, you just need a few. And it's just one of the things where when you buy some tools, when you buy some equipment, they usually last very, very long. Just an example, these compressors we have here, 3 of them out of 4 of them is with the motors. The 4th one, when I just put it to hold more air because I needed more air. We had a lot of business. So what I just kept doing, just added more compressors. It's not like they broke down. It was just more like we need more air, or we need to make sure nothing fails. And I just added more electrical boxes to go directly to the main box, so it is not all driven off the same electricity wires, I guess. And same for the machines and the tools and everything. They just last a very, very long time. So the point is, you know, if they last long, then that means it's cheaper for you. And so that's a very good thing. If you have a nice, consistent customer base, then if you're doing everything right, you just grow and grow and grow with customers. So again, cash flow is in my opinion, is probably one of the easiest things to do. To become positive cash flow is what I mean. What I mean is all the bills are paid and you're left over with cash left over. And that's the most important part, in my opinion. But that is also not the hardest part. If you want to make it more and more cash flow, then that can be a little harder. You know, each day you make more, but it's still not it's not like rocket science, right? It's pretty it's achievable. It's achievable is what I'm trying to say. But I wanna share with you in my opinion, what's the worst part of the tire shop business. And it's not even that bad, but in my opinion, it's the worst part of the tire shop business. And just so you know, it's not even that bad for me. If you're my type of person, a person like type of me, like just love to work hard, love to grow, just like to improve everything. More inventory, more sales, more customers, more used tires, more equipment, more cars. For yourself, that is. More cars for yourself. More real estate, right? I just want to keep growing, and and it takes a lot of hard work. So that means you gotta wake up early, be on time, leave, and do it all over again the next day. And don't stop. Do that for many, 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 many years. But compared to other businesses, they have this advantage over us. And it's not even about scaling and none of that stuff. You can scale with the tire shop business. You can keep growing and growing. If I wanted to grow, I'll probably, I don't know, either change locations for a bigger shop or buy a bigger shop, because I'll be able to hold more and more and more tires. Or I'll start trying really hard to get a few of my family members to get involved, and maybe open up a second tire shop with just a low amount of percentage of profit for me and the majority of profit for them, so they won't have to feel they gotta cheat. They cheat me out of money. So then if I make a little bit, then they'll be like, oh yeah, you can keep your little bit and be fair. But there's still no really way of tracking that, by the way. In my opinion, it's just going based off of trust a lot of times. In this type of business, if you're in this business, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna spell it out loud for you guys, but if you're in this business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's just a different style of business. It's all it is. But the worst part of this business is that you have to be here a lot of hours, a lot. And again, this is if you're in a small tire shop business where you continue to grow with everything I just said and become very, very profitable. You really gotta be at the location for many reasons. I think it's given to say you gotta be the best player on your team. You gotta be better than them at mounting tires. You gotta be better than them at taking off wheel locks. You gotta be better at noticing potential problems before doing something. And you avoid a ton of headaches. And here in my shop, we have a smooth operating business. We don't get stuck. Oh, now this bullshit. Oh, now that bullshit. Oh, that ain't here. We don't have those problems here. I make sure to, how you say it, foresee these problems before they happen. And of course, one will skip if you just like happen out to be there at that time, and then your team continues to do something, and then things happen rarely, not a lot, a little bit. So it does happen, and you do lose money from that when accidents happen. Oh, now it's a broken stud. Oh, now it's a scraped rim. Once in a very long while. But it's fine if you do like thousands of rims and then you get like one scratched rim, you gotta pay for it, something like that. No problem. You can pay that shit, no problem. Don't even hesitate. Just pay it. Thank you very much. I'll take my one out of every a couple thousand to fix the problem, pay the problem. And but the point is, if you're at the location, if you're at the business, then you'll be advancing a lot more. You'll be making more money. All it takes is one really strong business, by the way, and you're good, in my opinion. If you want to do something else or even way bigger income, then it's better to choose another business. Because, just an example, with this business, I've been able to buy many properties and never had any money issues at home. And I just keep coming in, working hard, save money, be good at saving money, by the way, so that's a given. But the point is that it's really one of those businesses where it's like a small business that you just gotta be there. I kind of see it like an accountant, kind of like, although yeah, accountant, you have to be there because you're licensed, you're the one doing things. If you're the one with the customers, you're the one handling business, so you're the one writing things down. Maybe you have another accountant that can do it too, but not as fast, effectively. Customers want you to do it. The other accountant can help you do it, or the aide, or whatever. But you gotta be the one. Same thing with here. People are the ones that the customers want to see you. The customers, and yeah, I try to separate myself with that too. So when I'm not here at work and customers have my number and they call me, I usually do not pick up. They can deal with the shop here. Shop's open. The phone works. Let them call the shop. Let them come to the shop. It's just too much if I'm always the one doing everything. So once in a while I don't mind, and I'll answer and just give them the information that they need. But in reality, I can't do anything about it at that point because I'm not at the shop. Just an example. But when I'm here, I answer the phone calls on my cell phone. Customers call me on my cell phone. They'll call me and they'll ask the questions, give them the prices. They come here, we knock out the tires or whatever they need. And so anyway, so then that could be, you know, an issue for a lot of people of where they want a business but they don't want to work hard, or when they want a business but they don't want to be there for whatever reason. Maybe they just have small kids and are single parent, or and they can be very expensive for daycare, or I don't know. It just whatever reason it is. I know a lot of people can be at their business and they're not. They wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a good match for that type of person to own a tire shop business. But if you're the person who loves to bust their ass at work, can work all day, and you know are happy just because you know you just feel blessed to have the opportunity to own a shop. Not many people can do it. It's available for everybody, by the way. It's not like only certain people are allowed to do it. Anybody can open up a tire shop. You get your business license, you rent a location, you got the skills. But it's not for everybody, of course. And a lot of people can't handle the stress. Or to me, there is no stress. I don't feel there's no stress at all. But to some people, these little issues here and there can be stressful. But anyways, being at the location is the worst part, in my opinion, of the business. Where you gotta do it. If you are in a small tire shop and you have a crew, and you know, take sales skills. A lot of times your crew cannot have you do not have those sales skills where they can just easily sell tires. To some, it's just a very hard thing to do. It's just not their personality. It's not their thing to do. And by the way, it's not even their job to do it. It's really like whoever is the manager, or which is you. If you're the manager, you're here. You're the owner. They're the one who just mount tires and balance them and patch tires. I mean, yeah, but you know, my guys, they go and help people out. They try to sell tires. But in reality, it's not really their job. If they don't close, I'm not gonna blame them. You know, if I could have been there, I could have sold them the tires, but they don't. It's not their fault. You know, if they forget we have some tires in stock, customer leaves, and then you're like, oh shit, we have the tires here, and they're like, oh damn, it's not their fault. It's just that you just couldn't get to the customer at that time. But it is what it is. Yeah. So that's my opinion of the worst part of the tire shop business. Is you gotta be here. You gotta be the one handling business. There's only one exception to this rule, in my opinion. And by the way, I say this because I've been in the tire shop business my whole life. I've seen many shops. I know a lot of owners. I know owners that own owners and hear their stories. And I'll tell you this: the one exception, maybe, and this is a maybe, but it works. The one exception is this: if you have family in your tire shop business. Now, if you have family that you can trust, and I know people are thinking right now, oh, they say not to work with family, or I don't trust my family, or I don't have any family. Well, I've seen it work. I've seen it work plenty of times where a family member takes over and they run it, or they run it when they're not the owner's not there, or when the owner's vacationing. And it's just a common theme, a common story that it'll work if you have family. And by the way, like, it could be, it depends. If it's dabbling 50-50 where they're just like a manager for you and they take over, they don't really have to have the heart in it, by the way. They can just be like 50-50 in and it'll work. But, and this is with your shop where you're there. Now, if you have another shop and you have that type of family member with a 50-50, now that is not gonna work. Now, if you have a family members that are fully committed, they like the business, they want to make some money, now you can open up a second shop and they'll work like that. I've seen it work plenty of times. I've seen it plenty of times where it's a father who has a shop, he opens up another shop, he sells it to his kid or gives it to his kid, and another one and another one. So they have like 3-4 shops, and those shops stay in business pretty much forever. And there's plenty of meat on the bone like that, or all of the bone, all of the meat for them. Well, they stay in business forever. Everybody works hard, everybody comes up ahead, and the business stays profitable. In this case, what I'm saying is, if you have family that can run it while you're gone, but again, this is just short term, this is not like long term. You go on forever and just vacation, you never work again, you retire, and the family takes over. Only if it's the person that is really committed 100%, they love the business, they want to make money for themselves, and you give them a big percentage of money. They can make a lot of money like that with your shop. And that's the only way it's gonna work out, in my opinion. Very rarely do I hear a story of a tire shop is ran by a manager not related to them and is good and is successful and there's no problems. Very rarely, very rarely I hear that. And do a lot of people do it? They have a manager, yes, that they're not all that. Yes, it's running, but they're losing money in multiple ways. I've heard a lot of stories where you get a social manager and you have anybody can have money and open up a tire shop and then stick someone in it. But that is a recipe that's not gonna work long term, because this is what happens. They're losing money by them taking money. I'm not gonna go into details. By them taking money that they're not supposed to take, that's supposed to be for the owner, and the owner just keeps losing big money like that. I mean, that's like their profit. They're losing their profit, so they're only making like minimal, barely surviving a lot of times. They can be all right sometimes, they make okay, but for the most part, it ain't gonna be very successful, which is what you want. It's like, oh yeah, well, we have side money, you have another tire shop, you just let it run. I'm happy with that. But yeah, it's let's see how long it lasts like that. But I've known shops that, again, had run it multiple years like this, and at the very end they just close it down and they just stick with the original shop because the manager left, or the manager, I don't know, opened up their own shop, he just quit, whatever reason, he's gone, and now you're back to square one, no manager, and then you're trying to do the whole thing again. We're finding somewhere you can trust, but still, money will be missing. Trust me, it ain't like you think it is. That's why I say the family, it works, and even that's pretty hard, by the way. I mean, you have a good chance if you have close family members, great. I happen to be lucky and have one of those families that can rely on the family in case I'm gone, for temporary, by the way, for a while, not forever. But I don't have any family members that are really like interested in owning a tire shop, being there every day, stuck inside, and have a passion for it, and just you know, want to be there because they have passion for it, because they love it, you know. But you don't have to have that type of family member. You can just be ones that support you, they love you, and they'll do whatever you want them to do. But again, not long term, it's just short term. And even if it's like as a worker for a few days a week, it can be long term, many years like that. But it's not like long term where it's like like, what I mean is like a lot of hours, a ton of hours per week. It's only a few hours per week that they're interested in. And but yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents. And I know a few people are gonna be like, oh, I have a shop, I have managers, and we doing good, and I want to open up another one. And well, awesome. But you know, hopefully they last many years like that, and you're very profitable like that, because that's a very difficult thing to do. Again, I've heard some stories like that, and that they have done it, but man, that's like one out of 1,000 shops. You know, that's not common. I'm talking about, like, realistically, you really got to be there if you want to be in this business. If you want to be an owner of a small tire shop. Now, a big tire shop is a different story. That's not to be confused with my channel. I only talk about small business, small tire shop. Completely different from a big shop that has many employees, has, you know, buys shipping containers full of tires, does mechanic work, alignments. That's a completely different, or rims, also sell rims. Completely different business model. You can also go that route. Thing is, you even have a smaller chance of doing that if you're starting out, because it's very expensive. I mean, look at my shop. This is a small shop compared to those shops, and I'm talking about in size. I mean, in size too, but mainly in volume and money. Big pockets, deeper pockets than this. I mean, we do really good, and we move some tires, man. We got volume. I mean, if you saw one of my last videos, there was nothing here. Like, what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a few tires. Now this is a few days later, and look how much tires we cut because we took off cars. We sold tires, man. This is like just like 3 days of work or something like that, you know. You can look at my videos, but it was only been like a few days of work when it was just nothing here, and now it's all packed with tires. because this is all tires we sold and cut. And so it just shows you that we do move a lot of tires here too, but nothing compared to those big guys. We are just like a tenth of those guys, something like that. So we got one of them listening to me right now, Mr. Rene Montenegro. What's up? East Coast, the East Coast Mamba or what? But yeah, so this is just this side of the shop. It's not like a ton of tires compared to like the other shop. We sold some really good 315, 70, 17 Cooper mud terrains today. It was a good sale too, and we had very good sales today. A lot of them. Sets of 4, sets of 4, sets of 4, sets of 4. A bunch of pairs unused, a bunch of singles, a bunch of labors, sensor swaps, bunch of patches. The only thing we didn't do today is sell a sensor, a TPMS sensor. We sold valve stem sensors today, but not TPMS sensors. But yeah, other than that, tire shop business, everything else is beautiful. Family oriented. It's you do honest and ethical work, legal work. You're not doing something illegal, you know. You can go to sleep every day good. And by the way, you go really good, go to sleep tired, man. You go, you know, a lot of working out. So if you're into like, you know, working out, going to the gym, basketball, hiking, whatever, any kind of sport you like. I don't know, you guys on the East Coast listening to it, maybe you guys do some hockey, whatever, volleyball or baseball or football you guys like to do. This is a very good business that you're gonna be able to it'll help you with those things, because you're gonna be able to like always be using your muscle to get stronger, and helps you for the sports. It's a goal. It's a business where you can put your goals and achieve a lot of goals or all of your goals. In my case, I love real estate. Since I was a little kid, I always wanted properties, and I achieved that. As an adult. I'm in 3 escrows right now. I've never been in 3 escrows at one time. It's a lot of work, and I'm very, very happy about that. And one escrow is gonna close probably this week, coming up this week, the next week. I'm very happy about that. But every transaction with the real estate, I just love it, man. I need the tire shop business for that. I have scheduled in right now 4 rehabs I gotta do. It's probably gonna be next month. I gotta do 4. If everything goes perfect, I'm gonna do 4 rehabs next month. So what does that mean? A lot of money. You gotta put a lot of money into these rehabs. Restroom repair, paint on everything, the kitchens need work, flooring, right? You want a very good product for a very good long-term customer. And you want to make sure everything's very, very good, and you get a very legit customer, tenant. To make that happen, I'm gonna need some money, and to get it, I'm gonna get it from the tire shop business, and I'm gonna have multiple crews working on it. And once you get bigger and bigger, you can do these kind of things, right? Where it's like your money is adding every single day here at the tire shop, adding, and then you invest in real estate. It multiplies because of the way real estate is valued. It's I mean, I don't want to go through it now, all the little details, but when you have commercial real estate, you go driven off the income, and you put a cap rate to that, and now that shows you how much your property appreciated or your property is worth. If you apply cap rate to the income of the asset, and And to me, I get my money from the real estate, from the tire shop business. And but again, all that, I gotta be here. I gotta be here making sales. Man, if I wasn't here today, I'm sure I wouldn't have made so much sales as I did today. There's just once you know how to close business, once you know how to close in sales in tire sales, then it becomes very easy, very easy to sell. And you just, all you gotta do is just work and work, and you get your prize, which is the income, and then you can do whatever, buy more tires. I haven't been able to buy tires this week, but I'm gonna go this week for sure. So much things to do. But I'm gonna get some more used tires. I got a big old empty rack right here. Look at that. Been selling so many tires. But it's not an urgent thing I gotta do. I just need to do it so I can continue to have big sales, because I need the product, right? We need the product here. So there's just next week, Monday's coming up, and looking forward to work hard this week. I'll continue to make videos. Hope you guys like these videos. And by the way, leave some comments, guys. I want to see some comments. Where are you from? What states you from? And how is your business going? All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Mamba out.